Hey girls, it's Kiara and I'm coming in at you with another Things This Week video. Now this is actually my TTW-Ep.2 video just because I'm a day late for this video. It was supposed to be done the latest by Sunday, so forgive me. But I'm so happy to be doing this video and very excited. So let's start. So let's begin with favorite product of the week. And my favorite product of the week is this. Now this is a product by a line called Now, and it's basically 100% pure and certified organic lavender oil. Yeah. As you girls know, it was a really rough week for me last week. There was a lot of tears. There were a lot of restless nights. So what I do is when I've got lots of stuff on my mind and I just can't sleep, I will basically dab about just three little dabs on my pillow sheets at night, and the minute my head lays on my pillow, the smell of the lavender oil will completely knock me out. It's just such a wonderful smell, and this product makes the lavender, I don't know, they must lace it with something else, like, I don't know, some medical drug, but no, it is 100% pure lavender oil. I think this was around $18, $20 Canadian, but this will probably last me a full year. And just be careful with the type of sheets that you have. Like, I have sheets that I can dab the oil on the sheets and it won't stain my sheets at all. So just take caution when you're actually going to be dropping the oils on your sheet. Alright, so so the next question is, what was your favorite childhood book growing up? The first book, and I'm going to insert a picture, was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Oh my goodness, I loved it. I loved the illustrations. It's basically about this neighborhood and they get rained on, but it's full of food that they get rained on. So like it will basically cloudy with the chance of meatballs. So for, I think it's like a week where it rains donuts and french fries and all these different types of foods, and then everyone's going like crazy and they're eating the food and it just causes so much havoc. But it's such a great story and it's so funny, and the illustrations in this book are phenomenal. So I just remember reading this book as a girl and laughing and just loving the context of like it raining meatballs and you could just eat what fell from the sky. So yeah. And then the second book that I loved growing up, a book called In a Dark, Dark Room and Other Scary Stories. Now I'll insert the picture right here of the book. Now this book was so interesting. It was a book that was filled with like scary stories, and there was one story in particular, and I remember being a little girl and always signing out this book at the library because there was one story in particular that was called, I have the name somewhere, I think it was called The Green Scarf, or The Woman with the Green Scarf. And seriously, girls, this book scared the living crap out of me. And but I loved it. I would read it over and over again. So basically, it's about this woman, and she's born with, or she's a little girl, and she wears this green scarf around her neck. And as the years go by, she meets her husband, and the husband's always asking her, honey, why can't you take your scarf off? Take your scarf off. And she's like, no, when the time is right, I'll take my scarf off, right? So then she's in her deathbed. They grew old as a couple. And then she's like, honey, it's time for me to tell you why I had to keep this scarf on. I'm dying, and here's the answer. And she's like, can you just please pull the scarf away from my neck? So like the husband does, and her head falls off, and that's it. She dies. Like, that's pretty scary, being like 4 or 5 years old reading that book. But I loved it. So I don't know, have you girls ever heard of this book? Did you girls ever read this book growing up? Or am I the only twisted, deranged child that did? But yeah, it was amazing. And there was other scary stories in part of that book as well. So the next question is, what posters did you have hanging in your wall as a kid? Okay, girls, I loved Jonathan Brandis. That's right, Jonathan Brandis. I'll insert his picture. I had the biggest crush on him. Like, I loved Jordan Knight. I loved Jordan Knight. I loved New Kids on the Block. And I probably had their poster, but Jonathan Brandis, I definitely had his poster. And I would go through like 16 or Teen Beat magazines and then just kind of place them on my wall. And then another poster that I had, which shows how much of a Broadway nerd I was. At the age of 10, I had the Phantom of the Opera poster. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Phantom of the Opera. I would basically spend a Saturday afternoon and perform the whole play. So I would be the Phantom, I would be Christine Daae. Yeah, it was the start of my love of musicals and Broadway. So that's what was hanging on my wall, a cross between teen crushes and musicals. So, all right, stand by and I'm gonna show you what's on my fridge. All right, girls, so we are getting up close and personal with my fridge, and the first picture that I wanted to show you is a picture of Jason and I that we took for our engagement shoot. And one day, girls, I'm gonna have to tell you the story how we met, because we really truly did meet with the help of a lime. So as you girls know, the wedding is on hold because fertility treatments cost a lot of money, and having a family is a lot more important than having a wedding at this time. Once we have our family, we'll think about getting married. But we will get married one day, but it's just not right now, as that money has to be saved towards treatments, fertility treatments. So throughout this fridge, I have like little word magnets that I'll just pair up with pictures. And then Jason and I, we have this thing that wherever we travel, we collect a magnet from the city, country that we traveled in. So here is a magnet from New York City. This is Jason's nan, who passed away in 2010. And this thing here, I don't ever use it, girls. It's like, it's supposed to help me find out, okay, how many tablespoons are there in a cup? And I bought it. I thought it looked really, really cute. I have a lot of red in my condo, and I don't ever look at this thing, but it definitely looks cute on the fridge. This over here, now this is a magnet from a Mexican restaurant that we went to in Las Vegas, and best Mexican food. I would just fly down to Las Vegas for the day, just for the day, not to gamble, not to hit up a show. Okay, maybe hit up a show, but before all that, I would literally have lunch and dinner at this restaurant. It is by far the best Mexican restaurant. And Jason and we both love Mexican food, and yeah, this is best restaurant ever for Mexican food. Over here is a picture of my stepfather, who passed away in 2007. And then down here is a magnet that Jason and I got when we visited Milwaukee. Some of the best food and the most friendliest people in beautiful Milwaukee. And then, there it is. There's the star of the show, E.T. and Michael Jackson. Like, look at that. Look at his nail. Like, it's all like E.T.'s nail is all like yellow and vibrating. And anyway, so I found this clip or this word magnet, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like how awesome. Thriller, Michael Jackson, E.T., Thriller, gotta love it. Now over here, this is actually Jason and I and my little nephew Christian, who I've actually covered with E.T. faces to just protect his identity. This is us just being silly in a photo booth. So over here is another magnet that Jason and I got when we visited Montpelier, Vermont. Beautiful state Vermont is. Just absolutely beautiful. Okay. Over here. Now, to keep the identity of these girls you have heard me mention in most of my videos, or I've thanked them when I've had another negative result on an IUI. These are my safe girls, and this is a picture that was taken on my 29th birthday. My safe girls, what we do is on our birthdays we do little, like we'll get together and we'll celebrate each of our birthdays. So this was my birthday, and they came up with the idea to have a photo booth. So the girls found all these hilarious costumes, and we had a hilarious pee your pants funny photo booth birthday night. And so yeah, and I've disclosed their faces with E.T. So E.T. phone safe girls. And then of course that's me. That's right, I am holding a bottle of wine. It is my 29th birthday, and this is before I even knew I had endometriosis. So holla! This is a magnet from when we went to Colorado. Beautiful state. This is a movie that I absolutely love. It's a French-Canadian movie that was done in Montreal and in Paris. It's called Café de Fleurs, and if you girls love foreign movies, this is such a beautiful movie, and it's such a, oh my gosh, I love it, and I love the soundtrack to this movie. This is a magnet from when Jason and we went to Montreal. This magnet is from when Jason and I went to Mexico. We went to the Mayan Riviera, and oh my goodness, what a beautiful area in Mexico. And we went and saw Tulum, and it was just so magical and eerie at the same time. So this is just a butterfly magnet that I got. I think it was like they were giving away. It's from like Astro Yogurt or something years ago, so I just placed it on the fridge. This is a little picture that Jason drew of me. One day I made him cookies, and I left them for him, and he drew this picture. And something about Jason that you girls don't know is he actually used to be in animation. He used to be an animator, so he is an amazing artist, and who's drawn for some children's shows, and sometimes he'll just doodle and create these beautiful drawings and stuff. So and he'll just write me these really cute messages and stuff. So. And here is Mr. Project Bib. I think he would just kill me if I showed you girls this picture, but this is a picture when he was about 12 years old, and he is sexy. Look at that. Look, girls, there's a preview. If we have a boy, that's what he's probably gonna look like, mixed with my dark curly hair. But yep, there's Mr. Project Bib in full tween glory. And then I have this magnet, Diva, because we are divas, girls. We are TTC divas. Another magnet from, oops, I'm getting a really bad glare, so I apologize. Another magnet from when Jason and I went to Mount Rushmore. Oh my God, another beautiful spot. Oh my goodness. Down here is a picture. Oh, sorry, no, not a picture. It is a magnet that I got from the Dominican Republic, and I just love it. She's so cute. She's my little Dominican Republic lady. So, over here, again, to disclose their identities, is a picture of Jason's cousins who live in Ottawa. So, there they are, disguised as E.T. This is another magnet of an amazing off-Broadway show that we saw in New York City. It was called Fresba Bruta, and it was like a rave slash... I don't even know how to explain this off-Broadway show, but it was crazy. You almost felt like you were in a rave. It was awesome. Great show. And of course, this is another magnet from our time in Las Vegas. This down here is a picture of my mom, and I guess Mrs. Project Bib. Well, she's like Mama Project Bib, but she was a reporter back in her day for a Spanish newspaper, and short story, she's actually 7 months pregnant with my older sister here, and you can see a little mark on her leg. See that little mark on her leg? She actually fell when she was pregnant with my sister, but I love this picture. It reminds me of Mad Men, and my mom is all like, I'm career woman, hear me roar. So all right, so this card is, I don't know, this is a card that Jason has stuck on the fridge, and he definitely wants to take archery. I did archery with a girlfriend of mine back in April, and he's like, I want to do that one day, so he's kept the card on the fridge. This here is from one of my favorite musicals. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This musical makes me cry right before at the end of the first half of the play. The song Defying Gravity. I'm just like, oh my god, it makes me cry, and I love this play, Wicked. And then this is another area we saw Pikes Peak in Colorado, absolutely gorgeous. And here's another drawing that Mr. Project Bib did. See you soon. And then there's more. Oh, this is going to be a world-breaking record for the longest video for TTW, but here is a magnet of, oops, I'm trying to focus it here. This is a magnet from when Jason and I visited Atlanta. We actually saw the house of where the author who wrote Gone with the Wind lived in and wrote Gone with the Wind. So I absolutely love the movie Gone with the Wind. It's one of my favorite movies, so I bought the magnet when we were in Atlanta. We got another magnet from when we visited CNN, and then we kept this. It's really cute. It's actually a card. It's a restaurant in Atlanta called the Varsity, and it's been around since I think the 50s, the 40s, and basically it's like kind of like a fast food. It is a fast food restaurant, but what you can do is you can drive your car, and there's these servers that take your order from your car. So it's very retro, and I love the look of this. Jason and I, we love the look of this card. And I apologize, this is blurry, so I'm shooting this from my iPhone. Here is a magnet from when we went to Chicago. I swear, by far, the most beautiful city in the United States. The architecture is just gorgeous, and wow, beautiful, beautiful city. I had so much fun in Chicago when we went this past May. This here is a postcard that one of my safe girls mailed me. She was actually having tea at this house, and it's actually called the McFarland House, and I actually used to work there in Niagara-on-the-Lake. I dressed up as a pioneer and gave tours of this house, and then when there wasn't tours, you would basically be making like tea and scones and all this kind of fun old 1812 types of food, and you would kind of serve tea to people that came and visit the house. So that's where I used to work when I was like in my late teens trying to save up for school. And then some more word magnets. This is hilarious. This was my first trip, my first business trip that I ever went to on my own, and it was in Winnipeg, and it was in the coldest month that Winnipeg can have. So they put me up at this, I think that's the hotel right there. I don't remember the name of the hotel, but it was the most beautiful hotel, but it was so creepy. It looked like the house from The Shining, and needless to say, I could not sleep at night. And I love horror movies, and I totally, like, I've never seen any ghost in my life, but I loved this hotel, but it was totally creepy and I could not sleep. That is a picture of my dad. Another Broadway show that I absolutely love, as you girls know, Phantom of the Opera. My first Broadway that I fell in love with and would perform a one-woman show. Another Broadway I love, Miss Saigon. I literally want to be her. I want to be, I think the actress singer who performed in Miss Saigon, Lee Solange, I believe her name is. She has the most beautiful, angelic voice I've ever heard. So, gorgeous, gorgeous music. I love Miss Saigon. This is a card that one of my friends, Lillian, gave me when I just had my laparoscopic surgery, and it's just adorable. If I could, I'd find a fairy godmother with a magical wand and combat boots so that she could grant your wishes and kick the crap out of anything that tried to get in your way, I can read, girls, I swear. The crap out of anything that tried to get in the way of your happiness. So it was just such an uplifting card and cute and funny. This is a magnet from when Jason and I went to the Grand Canyon. Oh my gosh, another beautiful spot in the States. This is a card, like a postcard from when I went to the Grace Kelly exhibit at a museum here in Toronto. It was a beautiful exhibit about Grace Kelly. And this is, actually Jason brought this back when he was in business in Nebraska. This is just a little movie poster from the movie The Artist. I thought that was a brilliant film. And then some more of Jason's drawings. He and two of his other friends from his animation years did this drawing together on a napkin when they all met up for dinner one night. And then I put some quotes on my fridge. The past has disappeared and the future doesn't exist until we get there. I really like this quote. It just makes me kind of think of the TTC journey and kind of what's the past, and it's disappeared and we kind of have to live in the moment. So, and then here is a magnet from when Jason and I went to Roanoke, Virginia, another beautiful spot in the States. And then some recipes. I ripped out this page in a magazine. I've been literally trying for months to do this recipe, but it has mushrooms in it, and Jason hates mushrooms. And then there's this other quote that I have on the fridge, and it says, "This is about living your best life right at this moment and every day. Remember that with each passing hour, you're that much closer to the life of your dreams. Enjoy the ride." So that's it, girls. That is my fridge. Oh my goodness, it's 20 minutes long, and oh gosh, thank you so much for Thank you so much for continuing to watch right up to the end of this video. Alright, bye girls! And I promise TTW-Ep.2 won't be that long, but there was so much on my fridge, and I hope you girls enjoyed. Bye!